Hello guys and welcome to mobile testing part 2. Today I hope this you will feel much better, so it will be not so excessive um, like we did last time. So, objective for today. We will talk about current mobile trends for 2014, and what should you know about your device for daily testing activities. And I will have some couple cool demonstration of technology application for the near future. So actually we live in an amazing time that next year it's like a blooming market for the new trends, absolutely new emerging gadgets. I am always excited because we are the tester on the front line of all of this. So we get a taste of it, we get our hands on it before it's coming to market. So you cannot buy it for any money right now, but we're already in. So, but let's talk about in general, cover general question first. What phone do you use right now? It's a kind of warm-up question. It's common interview time to time. It's not like really so 70% of the time, 90% of the time. But it's a good question and it's a good approach that you need to establish in your head and maybe implement it in your story, tell about yourself, tell about your project. So the key word, that's a mistake that many newbies do when they start talking about the phone. They immediately associated this with some provider. Like, what phone you have right now? It's like, oh, Verizon. Who care about Verizon in the first place? Yeah, it's some piece of information, but what I want to hear then it's Samsung or it's Android or iPhone. So I need to know about model, maker, year of release, operating system, maybe some whatever couple of words about availability to upgrade system if it's some old phone. Okay, after that maybe some very short information about carrier. The keyword, it's a more psychological question than some technical questions, how well you know mobile devices. So it's a check mark. They want to know this, are you really passionate? Are you really have a dreams? Are you okay, familiar, so comfortable with the mobile device? And okay, I understand if we have some fancy tool, then we can talk about with love and passion, talk about feature settings and things like that. But if it's some whatever feature phone, not a smartphone, it's some old phone, the story still could be told, this you still can express yourself. It's like, yeah, I'm stuck with a contract, or for financial reason I do not have good phone right now, but I do have a dream phone in the mind. So tomorrow when I start work with you guys, so that's from my first, I don't know, paycheck, I will go and buy this dream phone. And you just turn immediately and start to talk about your dream phone. So take this as a granted. So what device do you use for testing? It's one of generic question, and specifically it's like for screening, phone screening in Google or some major company, mobile company. Okay, if you not implement this in your story, this tell about your project, then it will be one of the questions then they will ask. So always base story of devices and Androids or whatever iPhone you use based on your resume. So be consistent. Okay, I understand some of you is like, oh my goodness. So I have some user acceptance project back in 2010, 2011. I don't remember what Android or what iPhone was it. So don't worry, this you will be covered, because late in presentation I collect some information of hottest devices on the market, which was back in 2009, 2010, 2011. So then you can check so what was available for daily testing at this time. But in general, so I recommended to create some smart individual device chart, so where you can, based on your resume, just making notes, so what kind of devices you possibly can use for testing. So then you will not stuck with this question, because a couple of my friends was cost interview just because the story was well, everything was cool, and one of the latest question was the last question. So like, what devices you use for testing? Like, oh, bubbling. So they done, because They don't know the answer. Okay, so another tip then, back in 2010, 2011, some company like, I don't know, startup or middle-sized company, for financial reason, save money, they was not really testing directly on iPhone because it's a very expensive device, so but use instead iPod Touch 4. It was just like this time newest on the market, and new special feature was implemented, video conferencing and talk, so FaceTime, and pretty much other than that, so you cannot really initiate like phone call, but all other feature of normal phone was implemented in iPod Touch. So, and it was cost only $200. So another thing then, you know, catch. It was one-time question. It actually was a long time ago, 1.5 years ago, but my friends never forget this question. So because she was talking about devices she used for testing and kind of messed up. So tell them her phone operating system was Honeycomb. So and have hard time testify. So then it was really Honeycomb. So in you know, for curiosity wise, I make some research and find out, so yes, Honeycomb in general 3.0 was created for Android tab. But later, like 4 or 5 months later, 3 makers decide to implement the same operating system in phones. So we have 11 phones that contain 3.0 operating system. It was not successful at all, so but in fact, we still have phones that run on 3.0. So it was not tabs only. It's good to know. So, you know, then I have some couple example of these special phones. So, and the last tips then I would like to give you then some of devices operating system version could depend on network. So, and an example is like Apple was create specific version for iPhone 4 for GSM and for CDMA. Another question then people ask me really often, so how many devices will really use for testing? So how many devices I should know, or what story I should tell this? You know what, it's like no standard. You cannot really specify, because I have project right now where each tester daily have over 10 devices. So, and now like if I talk about my project, then we mainly use a couple devices a day, but towards release we have like specific 1, 2, or 3 days before release. So then we take like really good amount of devices, so 5, 6 for each person in our team, so to go and check how that look like. So specifically this we concentrate on multiple Androids and on Blackberries. So, but think about, as a chart said, then, you know, if it's, for example, iPhone 5, but we have right now already like 4 updates, so 7.0, 7.0.1, 7.0.2, and okay, so then, etc. Then we will consider each of this operating system version combination with iPhone 5 as a new device. So it will be new device. It could be really some tiny differentiation, but it will be. So it's why this number of devices could be vary. So when we talk about devices, like, okay, I will provide you some old charts from 2009, 2010, but what, okay, a lot of you guys newbies in the field, so then you have devices, you just start testing in 2012, 2013. So you really need to struggle and go through all this excellent review, like my best device ever, ta-da-da, and it's 100 of them, and spend time. No. So over the years, I found out that Phonex is the best website where you can click and with one click you can compare devices. You can find out what is the hottest on the market. So what is the coolest hardware phones or some connectivity phone or whatever. So they really like excessive and explicit in details. And on top of that, at the end, on the bottom of this page, you will see some special fields. Then you can choose any two phones and compare. So, and it could be also like very good, because normally, you know, this when they ask about devices, so it's go directions of what devices you use and how you use, or what is your favorite, why is it favorite, things like that. It's like normal, you know, conversation, almost like with your friends. Hey, this, so how you like your new phone? What is it in comparison with old phone? Things like that. So you will save really dramatically your time if you just go straight to PhoneX and try to create some kind of, again, notes chart, so checklist and some comparison. Get prepared for a question like this. We talk about latest Android. Okay, you know, here's a catch. So then people also confuse when we talk about hottest devices on the market and daily devices for testing. So think about practical use. We still use some devices from 2012. So because it's at some point it could be a request from the client at some point, so we know that it is still profitable devices on the market. So in developers still created application using these devices SDK frameworks, so then why not, you know, this good example like Samsung Galaxy S series. We still use for daily testing Galaxy S3 and S4 naturally, but it's less and less S2. For some certain specific request, yes, we can pull out, so S2, it still exists in our we say real device library, so but it's not really frequently used. So the hotspot of Galaxy Tabs, the Galaxy Note 2 or 3, but when we talk about Sony Xperia or HTC One, it's less and less devices is requested for daily testing there. Yes, Motorola is still so under consideration, but just the latest, newest model. And actually, you know, if something come new on the market, so then normally organization definitely will buy something new line of Samsung, and will, because they like number one on Android market, they exceed 62% of Android so device seller. But they will wait at least couple weeks, if not months, to see how the sale go with Motorola, HTC, and Sony or LG, things like that. So what is hottest on iPhone? I just need to update this file because, yeah, on October 22nd we got this AirPad. So this, but in general it's all line of iPhone 5, CS. So and we have iPad Mini, iPad 4. It's still using, we still use iPad 3 for for daily testing. Windows Phone. Generally speaking, yeah, you know, this everybody like in waiting mode with Windows and all this Nokia situation to see what's next come in the market. Actually, this, you know, you remember this, we have this touchable screen on laptop, on Windows 8 laptops. So it's kind of turned to go direction of mobile devices. So then we use this for testing as well. We do have Nokia Lumia and HTC Windows 8. So, but as I told you, when we do some line of to check all devices, so variety of devices, then we will consider this maybe out of 6 months testing just for one day. So not daily testing. BlackBerry 10, so line of Z10 and Q10, this year phones, so the latest version of Blackberries, will be considered at some point, depends on the project, for daily testing or like towards release testing. Think about I understand that the situation with BlackBerry right now is like unsecure, so not stable. Nobody knows where the company going, who will buy it, or what's going on. So, but we still have a lot of devices sold, and sold to enterprises, to in the medical field, in the engineering field, in government field. So there's a lot of devices in use, and that's why this applications that oriented on some enterprise and business-wise. So they still consider BlackBerry for testing, for daily testing. First Firefox phone that made by ZTE in China, and they also have some another version with Samsung, but we talk specifically about Keon and Peak. All right, it's not in the United States yet, so it's under, we can say, beta trial. So this in Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Poland, and Venezuela, but it's promising things, you know, they advertise already, so then it will come in the next year in the market, and it will cost $80. And actually, here's the link, then you can also review this phones, so feature of this one. You know, I saw the YouTube video. I mean, it's fine. So I understand, and it will be very great seller feature for kids. So $80 phones, come on. So who don't want it? So, but it's a really generic. We can compare this with like Android, Samsung Galaxy S3, in my opinion. So, but it's for this money, I know then they will gain some weight in United States, so mobile market. So now we come to excited part. We talking about trend in the next year. Google Glass. So I recognize that some of you still don't know anything about Google Glass, and I will try to experiment because I have a new laptop. So to see if I really can introduce you these things. Oops. So let's see. I have prepared here some couple of videos for you, and this is one of them. Google Glass project. Ta-da! Let's do it.
Meet me in front of Strand Books at 2. Oh man, really? Hey there, guy. Hey there, little guy. Sweet. Remind me to buy tickets for Monsieur Gano tonight. Where's the music section? Oh, yes, this is it. Is Paul here yet? Hey, dude, how's it going? Want to go check out that new place I was telling you about? Sure. Hey, just a second. Cool. Good to see you again. Thanks, man. Got a new place, see you, dude. Whoa, cool. Take a photo of this. Share it to my circles. Oh, I'm running late. Music, stop.
Hi, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
you want to say something cool?
Yeah, sure. Is that a ukulele?
Yep. Okay, here goes.
It's beautiful.
It's funny, you know, every time I see this video, I get excited. It's like it's my baby. It's like, ta-da! I open, you know, this somebody eyes. I widen at somebody horizon. So yes, now you cannot escape. Now you know that it exists. So I don't know, it's a super cool feeling. So what is accurate about this project, believe it or not, you know, before it came in the market, in my opinion, it's already altered. So it's, the thing is, yes, they was planned to do this like really, so one of the first plan, they promote these things very heavy. So a lot of Hollywood star wear these glasses. So a lot of like famous and non-famous people for different reasons. So if you go to YouTube, you will find 1,000 videos with Google Glass. So the thing is, it's very pricey. It's $1,500. So for right now, it's like a price. So they plan to go on the market in summer 2014. But the catch is then, and it's true, it's a pretty much said true about Google Glass. So then we, you see all these features, so all this coolness initiated, so by some activation of video recording. So, and the problem is then right now the battery lasts, if you go in constant video recording mode, only for 2 hours. So, and if you go on and off, then for 5 hours. I mean, it's still not really efficient for device for $1,500. So, and I understand they put on hold and still wait and working on batteries, but they still better than anybody competitors around, because again, we talk about then software was jumping way ahead of hardware. So we not ready for from hardware apart for devices like this, but we have super cool prototypes, and I will show you another one. So, and you know, it's like every time, first time when I saw Google Glass, it's like, wow, what could be more amazing than that? And after that, I was going like more and more to explore things, and now it's like, hey, Google Glass, no big deal, yeah, nice toy. So, but it's come better, it's come something more amazing than that. So we're talking about, next slide, I will not put this in the full screen because it will escape, I need to show you a video again. So we're talking about perceptual computing. Think about those giant like Intel. So in this year they put $100 million just so for support and, you know, appreciate and recognize idea regarding augmented reality and perceptual computing. And so we're talking about not just develop a product. Idea normally cost nothing. So in this case, you know, they was initiate some special content. Who will come with idea of something super creative, super cool things? Then what is perceptual computing for? The word perceptual, you know, then it's pretending things. So then you actually not touching physically any surface or any object, but you manipulate with your hands in the air, but it's initiate, so like you, I don't know, it's, you have perceptual feeling. So then you touch, like in this point, so the guy turned a knob, so of the door, and he physically, you see it, so with your eyes, then so you open the door or safe or whatever, or a lot of home applications, smart home application is using this feature. So when I first time saw it on June 2013, I attended this, it was worldwide augmented reality exhibition here in Santa Clara. I was completely vanished. It's like, wow, this, I mean, really this, wow, my brain was explode. And now when I follow the trends, when I see what's going on more and more, then again, it's like, huh, no big deal. So let's see this, you know, like last week it was again, I just discovered myself, and I want to share with you because it's amazing. So what's going on currently in this perceptual direction. It's amazing. Yeah, I love this thing. So I think it's a huge and bright future for this one. So future for that. I mean, I cannot imagine so this how many things I don't know change in our life when this table come to life. We already have interactive table, so this has come from through. Did you see how many crazy things also coming through the Disney lab or Pixar lab? So through the really start from Hollywood side and come in our life for good and for long. So and another things that I want to point, it's one of my favorite, like is for people who was amazed a couple minutes ago from Google Glass, so I want to introduce you like one of my favorite project for today. I personally touch it, so try it, so this prototype, and I can testify then what they show in the movie in nice form. So it's already exist. It's not computer graphic. It was reality. So and it's a completely crazy things. So it will be the last video. So then I appreciate for you this guys, then you take your time and check on this.
Wearable and gestural computing have been in development for over 40 years. But in the last few months, things have started heating up, and now they're about to boil. We had seen screens that you wore over one eye, and we had seen dancing games played on TV, but something was still missing. So in 2011, we created and began setting the scene for an amazing two-part system. The first part is a wearable dual-screen 3D interface, and the second is gestural input with super low latency. We allow full mapping and tracking of your environment. This is true augmented reality, not just pop-ups in the corner of your eye. We stick 3D data to pieces of the real world. And best of all, you can pick these pieces up and hack them with your hands. Meta has the technology to make this happen. And it will be made available very soon, earlier than you might think. Our first step kits will go to those with the most passion, those who are psyched to break the limits of what's possible with computers. And once we have a fleet of great 3D apps, we'll release them to the public, along with our next generation glasses. What 3D content would you create with true depth, richer than a 3D movie. If you could summon a portal in your living room, what worlds would you see? Minecraft? A virtual outfitting boutique? Or how about a DJ booth? What would you create if you could craft anything with your hands in virtual space, no matter where you are? Be among the first to show the world what the future of computing will be. So get started with Meta. Make a sweet app. Because we're not stopping you.
Yeah, so I think this, you got it, concept, and I will try to, from now on, you know, this, it's one of my favorite parts. So what are now, number 15? So then, you know, to bring some of this new pieces, each by each, every time in our lecture, so then you get really like motivation, you get, I don't know, excitement. So to search by yourself, you know, it happened every group. So at first like, what, really, whatever, oh my gosh. And after like couple months, you know, people start sending links because they start actively looking and searching and follow the trends. So because think not just from fun entertainment user, end user perspective, think then, so from excitement side, then you guys on the front lane, so to test all this before it's come in the market. And when you think this way, it's like amazing profession. I really love what I'm doing. So because it's really happened to me. And I was never thinking about this. I cannot imagine that I will do this. So 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I was not thinking about this. So let's proceed. I mean, we have a couple more things like Oculus Rift, so with new game consoles, so with real 3D, very cool. Then, you know, people from age 3 and age 85, amazing, and so love these things. So I will show you the next time video regarding the automotive augmented reality. It's like super hot spot for since 2008. It started naturally like a lot of good things from Mercedes, BMW, and Volkswagen side, and now Toyota is involved. So to put some augmented reality application on windshield and create interactive video, create interactive windows on the side, passenger side, and these things is like nobody can stop it. I know that it's will be viral spread of it, and very soon we will experience in our life. It's not like technology of the future in the next 50 years. No, it will come in less than 5 years. It's already so this in the model of some latest BMW and Mercedes. So come back to the sorry, I need to put you down a little bit. So when we you remember I mentioned then I prepared for your slide and I will not let you alone. So here's a couple tables again. I understand I overload you with information then normally, and it could be so then you during the project test on 10-15 devices, but normally 2 years later, who remember really 10-15 devices? It's nobody will ask you for 10-15 devices. So I give you some example, then you can choose 2-3 devices maximum from all these tables. So and create your chart if you have some participation and some testing, some sort of participation in, since 2009 and don't remember your devices, then it's a help hands. So now we covered things like how familiar you are with Apple devices. Okay, naturally this, you know, it's a very broad, and you need to have some, how to say, not that I try to teach you to trick the system, so it still will be quite so work from your side to explore the things. But what if I got this question through the homework, I do not have Android or I do not have iPhone, so then what? Maybe I should not concentrate on the devices because I don't have it anyway. I give you a very quick example. So, right, many people do not have Palace or Ferrari, but still know a lot about it. Okay, so then it is the same things with mobile devices. You may not have it because of your material social situation, but it's not mean that you should not explore, should not be passionate, should not be expert in it, really. So in how we become expert in devices that we really don't know and don't have every day in hands. So firstly, okay, you have some charts to get some global vision, okay, what devices exist in the market. So we talk about Apple, and I forgot to put here this AirPad, but all right, so this you can edit this by your own. But all right, besides that, we have very good get started guide from iPhone, and we have a lot of different YouTube resources. Yeah, it's like common information, like it's nothing new, so what you teach me. But I found out, and it's very helpful, you know, we found with my friends several links that explore some special hints, tips, shortcuts on iPhones, and it's actually not supposed to be the hottest and newest device like 5S. Because we still use for daily testing iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5. So if you have so much variety, here's altogether like maybe 200 or 300 different tricks, hints, da-da-da-da-da. So then out of all this variety, you can choose 3-5 that close to you, that you understand, and you can explain. So pick it up this what is easy for you to understand, and use this as a story, you know. Then when they ask you how well you know the phone, it's like, you know, this, okay, it's a while maybe then I use iPhone, but I remember some trick. Let me show you. I mean, I give you a simple example. The simplest one, it could be like we have, if we go to about on iPhone, an old iPhone, so then you push this about, tap on the screen and hold it. So then for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, they have some special prank icons so coming out. So it was very funny at this time, and I don't think that a lot of people know about this. You can try with your old phone, maybe it still exists. So things like that, you tell the story. It's a show time during interview. Try to tell, try to be natural when you tell the story, so then it's coming from your heart, and it's a show again your motivation and passion and your love, so to mobile devices. We don't need to be afraid of that. So another point I brought you in the session number 1, and it was the reason I brought you in the beginning. So we have 3 months. Nobody said that you must excessively download all and install all the application. Then I give you on the 33 pages. So the thing is then you have 3 months time frame. So to go little by little to explore different kind of apps, helping apps, and try to understand so how you can utilize this in your daily testing, how you can promote these apps as a free solution or like a minimum cost solution for your organization, and get worthy, get something special for the team and for organization. I give you examples. So then I have now, it's a good friend of mine. So but a year ago, he was just another of my students, 60 years old guy, so who lost his job and was very kind of going depression way, so because he was afraid he will never find a job. So we talk, I prepare him for interview and try to bring it up, all this goodies about helping apps. So log, mobile version of log, catalog. So and he have interview in a medical company, and with the first 15 minutes he brought like 2-3 so this, you know, helping apps stories, so how it can help to improve testing, so and perform some manually performance testing, which is a like big deal because it's one of the niche in hard made up testing today. So and he got a job as a manual tester, $100,000 a year with medical company, and happy ever after. So and sent that with good friends. I mean, I don't create a story. I'm not pretend. It's true. It's a life story, and I understand. So not like 1,000 people immediately get a $100,000 job as a manual tester, but the objective was to show that if you use this information which you got in your hands for free, smart way, you will get your chance. And it's true. So if we talk about Android, pretty much, like less than half year ago, yes, we have some different approach. So how to present my knowledge of Android and my knowledge of iPhone. So since this new iOS 7, the border is vanished. So then it is the same way. We're talking about helping apps for Android, and this application is providing. You have here some of also links to check on this application. So you also have, the same links for Android's hints and tips. So then just go to this, review this, our lecture, and you will see these links. So the last things we need to cover today, it's how well you know mobile devices. And, if it's a completely ABC things, then you should know. Otherwise, and it's why this, sometimes people who know device okay or well, so they take this like a question for dummies, but it's always have some reason behind. And this people who take you to job, so this proceed with you, to consider you to take to their company. So they don't have time. It's a fast-paced environment. They don't have time to train you, to teach you, or supervise you for long. They want you set up, quick, hop, you have any question, all right, ready, set, go. So it's why this, one of the things then we must know, it's where to find current version of mobile device. It's a very simple stuff, this, because I tell you from practical side, we have many times, so different layout, different designs, specifically UI issue like misalignment or overlapping, just depends. It could be the same iPhone, or it's so because of different version of this iPhone, or it could be just differential between 4S and 5. So, and you will get different result. So it's why current version, when you go and put this in description, as an environment. So it's very important piece of information. It's I know that it's helped developers to find problem much quicker. The same things when we go to different environments. Depends on environments. So it's like one of our normal procedures is, I cannot say daily task because we don't change. At some point, yes, we change environments every day, but not really all the time. So the key is, maybe I'm jumping because it's not straight devices related. Don't worry, we will come back to environments over and over again because it's one of the main things. If you tester, you should know and be prepared. So I try to compare this, make analogy with the pie, not with the pie itself, but with the cake. So we normally in cake we have several layers. So in on each layers we put some ingredients, and after somehow at some end point, whatever, we put this together, some kind get settled. So ta-da, we have beautiful cake. So when we go through the testing, we have different layers of the cake. Some of these layers repeat some previous layers. So at this point, we can make analogy. So then the bottom layer of the cake, it will be our developer environment. A lot of changes happen there. And in the beginning, we not build cake like stack of the cake layers in the beginning. We kind of keep them separately. So that's in a like big lane to make sure that we put spread all elements, all ingredients enough. So this the same, we can say. So and we put this on developer layer, we put this on QA layer. If we have some very special database in application, or we have some flexible data, so like dynamic data, it's called, okay, for example, something like hotel booking related, or if we're talking about some restaurant change menus frequently, eBay is a good example. So this items is here, and timing line is overdue, it's gone. So it's a lot of example of flexible data. Is buy tickets. So right now we have seat number, whatever, row 47B, and so 2 minutes later it's already sold out. So you cannot buy specific this place. So for this kind of data, we have, in many cases, it's called staging environment. So that where, if we talk about developer, it's a completely mess. Everything is moving, flexible, because they're not stable, because they change code left and right. If we talk about QA environments, so testing environments, in many cases we may not set up data well, so they can make some basic design. So like, okay, here's a content box, and we have some kind of text there, lorem ipsum, just some language, whatever, who knows what language it is, so just fill out with some text. So then in staging, all this flexible data is supposed to be already done and ready so for testing and well construct. So then if we have postal address, then postal address must be look in real format and should be real, not just like test something. So, and after that, if organization, again, it depends on organization, so we may have couple more layers, so like pre-production, production, before it's go to real life. In the simplest way, I ask people over and over, if it's a startup, a really small organization, they still have at least 3 layers, like developer, QA, production. So it's always some layer of cakes with some ingredients in it. So, and it's why it's possible, then why they divide this and all this, and keep this in specific environments. So then if some messed up happen, then they can come back to good version. So then they can pretty much like erase things and start all over. So then they don't want to mess up clean testing environments with some other whatever, this multi-task environment. So it's have a reasons for creating so many environments, because in other examples, so I worked with the application in the past, then we have very extended product for mobile version. It was over 300 pages. So at this point, we create not just one QA, but multi-QA layers. So it was Webflow, QA1, QA3, Web3 QA. I mean, so it's different naming for that. And every time we have more and more organized and clean data, we try to keep clean copy. So there's some data of translation was added, some data of half dynamic data, so then not just static text, but some images, rotating images, carousel images. So it's a lot of things that must be there. All right, come back to original, to our mobile devices. So I know it was already like part jumping in a future our future lessons. So, but it was related. So mobile devices. I hope I pursue it. Then it's like super important to know where's your operating system version located, so to know what device you use for testing, and always put this. I talk about environment because part of our bug life cycle is then when we jump from one or transfer, so from one environment to another, we may have pretty much like a daily routine task. So it depends on the company, whatever is setups. So when we change environments, we pretty much recheck our defects, so how they behave in new environments, because it could be very possible then some bugs will be fixed indirectly. So it's why we need, this to know this version, to know what environment we are. So the next things like, one last things, okay, it's very simple if we talk about iPhones, and always get a little bit complicated when we jump to Android. So I hope everybody knows. So we go to main menu, or find the settings, or we go to application settings, so then find about the phone. So what happened to Android in many cases, because of makers, so you will not find like Android version. It will be always some firmware version, blah 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 version. But if you know Android version in general, how it should look like, so it's supposed to be 3 digits, you will always find this number. You know then it's not alphanumeric value, you know then it's not 4 or 5 digits. So this check this out, get open. and you will find out where its version is. So another thing then I need to specify this. It's a lot of confusion come between version, build, release, and phase. I provide you here some definition. So this today for us is important to not mess up, because we will talk about this later over and over again. So when we talk about environments, when we talk about different version, and it's related to straight to the version, so with you need to understand and remember definition of the build. So when we change, developer work on fixes, on implementation of new feature. Every time they implemented something new or fixed something, so they submit only this piece of application to special person. It's in many organizations, it's some dedicated developer. It could be also some senior level of QA. It could be specifically assigned and created person called release engineer. So who is just collect all these pieces of modified code, so fixed code, whatever, and create from all this puzzle the new pictures, so the new build. So in another keyword related to the build, it's deploy. So after all these pieces of new and fixed code put together, we deploy this to environment. Many times, so when we talk about have a build, it's mean have deployment. So it's a professional words, then you like must know. Otherwise, if you don't understand what does this mean, then I don't know. So this it's ABC for every tester. Why I put the word Jenkins and Hudson? Because it's a straight related to number of version and sequence and order of version, and how this all these pieces, all this puzzle put in one build together. So because we need to have some tracking in managing system. So if some build is bad, how we can put this puzzle like in single pieces again and collect this without this bad piece and find this bad piece quickly. So it's again, it's not your responsibility. You as a manual tester, you come not close to this, but when you will proceed, and if you see in job description, sometimes like sounds easy for you, but if you see keyword Jenkins and Hudson stays somewhere in description or requirements, right, you will know then you're not ready for this. CI, continuous integration, release engineer, it's a higher rank, so this QA jobs. So it's for today, and it's good to, just come back and review all again and again, so definition of version, release, and phase, and we will talk about this later in the next couple weeks. So another thing then you should know and be able to at least show 2-3 use of home button. Yes, before we have like really extended usage of it. So these days, this at least you can say then you can initiate a search. So then you can by double click, so have access to fast apps feature. So you can also take a screenshot or turn your device off with the help, so combined help, so this of home button. And why this like, no, wait a second, we need to push start button, so hold it, and after we can turn our device off. Yes, it's like easy way. So what happened if your application is really like frozen, and after you try to use fast app switcher, it still doesn't work? Ta-da! So we have a trick when we need to push home, start, and low volume buttons, so 3 buttons in the same time. So and within like 15-20 seconds, then we will pretty much create cold reboot for our mobile phones. So another thing then how we can kill last process on Android. All right, we have some version to go settings, app manager, and we can just see this what is in download, the RAM on storage, and active application running. So then we can exit or end or kill it one by one, depends on the maker. So it's different word. Don't be married to the naming, so because meaning it's what it is. Or you can kill all of them at the same time, or we can just initiate task manager, use the home button. Again, depends on model, but most of them just use a home button. So if force stop through the Apple application manager doesn't work, we have some distinguished things that iPhones never will have, I hope. So then we have some brutal way to stop everything in Android, and it's called just remove the battery. So just open back panel, remove the battery, and it will be considered cold reboot. Not the best way to go, but so what can we say? Flight or airplane mode. Again, you need to understand background why it's necessary for you, why you need it to appreciate it. We have, you remember I mentioned I think in session number 1, so that if you don't have the time, you still need to perform FUN testing. Functionality, UI, and network connectivity. So the simplest test case for network connectivity will be turn airplane mode or flight mode on. For example, you run application and it's a web mobile application, critical situation for the customers. So it's somewhere in the middle game which customer not sure will be saved or not, and he need to start all over from the same level. Or it's some money related things, then person try to book or buy something and already like try to proceed with the payment, and boom, we're offline and person is not sure, is it go through, is it safe, is it stop, what's going on. So, and that's why this connectivity test cases is very important and actually implemented in each testing. So, and now all what you can do, so application is run and you just go to the settings or shortcut to the airplane or flight mode, turn this on and see what device or how this application will react. So to this offline break of connectivity. It could be different scenario. So, but it's why it's important, why they ask you. It was literally, so I took this question because 2 students report me then they got devices in the hand and the manager was asked, okay, show me where's the airplane mode. Just like this, stupid, because I understand that previous co-worker was not satisfied him, so he just gets sick of it and want to make sure that he don't need to teach people from the beginning. All right, so it's pretty much about flow. So last things that we need to cover, it's take a screenshot with Android. Good story that's more likely everybody remembers. So then if you push on start and home button on iPhone, then you will initiate screenshot. This option was implemented in Android 4.0 and up, so we get lucky. So, but if you have some old phone, then sometimes you know that it's uneasy to initiate screenshot. Different makers create some different shortcut buttons. Then sometimes you use home key and back key, sometimes you use home key, lock key, and volume key, so to initiate screenshot. Or in good sense, you know, this device-specific apps exist. So specifically, it was created for Galaxy Tab and Galaxy S2. So, or in worst-case scenario, this you can download some screenshot application for free. My favorite back in 2011 was screenshotted from Edward Kim, $4.99, but it was worked very well. So the last thing then for daily activities, how to set up your phone. I just recognized, and it was like last moment call. So because for me it's ABC, and sometimes you see it's very hard to imagine that people don't know how to do it. So I just got this message that not everybody know how to set up email. All right, all of you have devices. Try to do it by yourself. I just created a couple screenshots, so 7 screenshots, how to go step by step to set up email. Try to do it by yourself. So if you have a question, reach me on Skype and I will help you. So I want to know if it's a problem. So if it's a like problem for the half people in the class, all right, then we will spend time in the next session so then I can cover it in more details. All right. And guys, I appreciate you being here. So do your homework. As I specify for you, I'm not here to overload you. So, okay, first session is always excessive because it must cover in one day, like everything, conceptual picture. So now we go to detail, we have time. So your primary homework every week is just to review lecture that we was going through. Have a question. If you do not have a question, for me it's indicator, and whether you don't go through the material or you don't care or you arrogant person, so who don't want to know anything about. So then why you in a class? For all these 3 reasons you not should be in a class. So it's why this I encourage you. It must be not excessive amount of question, but it must be related to the lecture we just happened this week. And okay, 3-5 question. Then for me it's indicator. So then you still care, you interested, and you know you try to proceed forward. You try to move forward. Okay, cool. So and actually this I got you already. So written terms. So what you should learn. So I will prepare some more YouTube's fun stuff for you next time. And you still need to go with helping apps, and you still need to proceed with professional dictionary. Because if you don't know words, guys, you will be not successful. Yes, you will get a job. Yes, it will be some 10-15 bucks an hour. So, but I was thinking you here because you want something more. And if you cannot express yourself in professional lexicon using professional words, you will never get a good place. Really. Okay, cool. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you. And we will meet next Tuesday. Bye.